Central. As many as 50 to 60 police units have responded to this area. They have fanned out in a radius in and around Vernon and Central as they conduct a search for the suspects at this time, and it's altogether a good area to avoid. In the meantime, the 60 eastbound at Hacienda Boulevard, there was an earlier collision. Traffic remains very slow coming away from the 710. The 57 freeway northbound at Lambert, watch for a collision carrying out of the carpool lane. Traffic already backed up out of Ball Road. It'll stay busy on your way and up through the Brea Canyon. Southbound, two separate problems. One at Tonner Canyon Road, clear to the right as traffic slow from Diamond Bar Boulevard, and on the 57 southbound at Yorba Boulevard, also some activity there clearing off to the right. We're brought to you by National University. You know, there's no bigger value than helping a child. Earn your BA in Early Childhood Education from National University. Call 1-800-NADUNIV. With your Southern California, with your KABC traffic update from the only talk radio station in Southern California with airborne traffic reports. I'm Captain Holding at 10 after 7.
How'd you like to win 4 round-trip tickets on American Airlines and 4 seats at a Dodger game? 2 people will be awarded those prizes if they have the best entry in the Real Sports Heroes with Rough Quarter contest. You know an athlete, a coach, or anyone in sports who deserves to be honored as a Real Sports Hero? The person who nominates that hero and the hero will both be winners. Put your name, the name of the person you're nominating, and the reason your choice should be selected in an email. Send it to KABC.com. Keyword Sports Heroes. Hear Ross and Real Sports Heroes, sponsored by American Airlines, every weekday morning at 7:30 on 790 KABC.
Is your child disrespectful, defiant, or obnoxious? Does everything turn into an argument with your kid? I'm behavioral therapist James Lehman. I'll help you turn your child's behavior around right now with the Total Transformation.
After the Total Transformation, there's no more arguing, no more lecturing, no more back talking. Now when I ask him to do something, he does it.
We've learned verbiage from the Total Transformation program, and it's almost like magic. If you say those words, they stop arguing.
Defiance, back-talking, lying, acting out in school, even problems with ADD and ADHD. The Total Transformation will help you solve even the worst behavior problems. I guarantee your child will listen to you again, and you get peace and sanity back in your home.
Call now and get how to turn your child's attitude around in 1 minute or less, free with your order. 1-800-345-1168. 1-800-345-1168. Call now. 1-800-345-1168. 1-800-345-1168.
You know, a wise man once said, do what you love and you won't have to work a day in your life. Of course, small business owners know that doing what you love sometimes involves doing things you don't love, like the finances. That's why more small business owners turn to Visa Business. It has multiple payment options like credit and debit that are accepted in millions of locations worldwide. And it helps reduce paperwork by tracking your finances. To see more ways Visa can help, go to visa.com/smallbusiness. Business takes Visa.
On the next McIntyre in the morning, a storm is brewing in Hillary Land. Is the end near? McIntyre in the morning, 5 to 9, Talk Radio 790 KABC.
1-800-222-KABC. Time is 5:35. Talk Radio 790 KABC. Philip is in Los Angeles. Philip, you're on with Larry.
Just hi, Larry. Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure.
I just wanted to actually state that I was kind of upset with the fact that it turned more into an Israel-Jewish issue as opposed to judging the people that Obama, I guess you can say, is looking up to, so to speak, and their method of thinking and their ideas. And it became a total Israel-Jewish relation thing, which I think is kind of irrelevant with the question, let alone was irrelevant for the time being because of the fact that it has nothing to do with Israel, this presidential election.
Well, that's right. That's why I mentioned Kim Russell could have asked the more fundamental question about things that Jeremiah Wright had said. And instead, it's, given Jeremiah Wright and Minister Farrakhan and their statements about Israel, about Jews, how can you assure Jews that you will be a friend to Israel? As if that's the only thing Jews care about in this country. And B, that's the real narrow question. The much broader question is, how can you associate yourself with a church that's got a pastor that's made all these incendiary, inflammatory, if not racist statements?
Absolutely. And then the last thing I just wanted to say, one of the statements he made was the fact that America forgot about colored people. Well, last time I checked, a lot of the California legislature in my own state is made up of colored people, especially of the Hispanic descent. So I don't know what particular America he's looking at. that.
Well, Philip, thank you very much for the call. Robert is in Los Angeles. Robert, you're on with Larry.
Well, hello, Larry.
Hey, Robert.
Thank you for taking my call. I have no problem in admitting that I'm an Obama supporter. And I listened very closely to the debate last night, and I think that the senator handled himself very well in regards to the question. Something I do want to point out, though, is that a person can belong to a church where the pastor has views about different things, especially politically, and not be in agreement with all of them. I personally am Roman Catholic, and we all know that we've had our issues in the Roman Catholic Church, and I am at odds with some things that the Catholic Church has done, and some of the ways that they have handled the problems that they've had recently. However, I don't think that it would be a question of my judgment and how I feel about some of these issues. I can be in disagreement with the church and still be a part of it, is essentially what I'm saying.
No, and I agree with that, Robert. The problem is, this is pretty deep and pretty fundamental. If John McCain belonged to a church that promoted a white value system, if his pastor said that 9/11 was retribution to America for America's sins, I dare say it would have been a huge, huge issue. It might have even killed his candidacy. So this is not a little thing. It's not, well, my pastor makes an occasional remark that I don't like, and I can still be a member of that church. This pastor has made broad-based attacks about America, said America is founded on racism, it still is run on racism, has praised Minister Farrakhan as a man of honor and integrity, and this is a man who's been described, Robert, by Barack Obama himself as Obama's spiritual advisor. This is a big deal.
Well, not to take up too much of your time, but there is one more point I'd like to make, if I may.
Sure.
I do understand that Minister Farrakhan has said some really outrageous things and some really inflammatory things. At the same time, no one is all bad. Very few people are all bad. Minister Farrakhan has done some positive things in regards that I'm sure you'd be in agreement with, as far as encouraging self-responsibility and certain levels of morality. So in that regard, I am familiar with the church's accolade of Minister Farrakhan. I don't know specifically what it was for, and I think that was something that we might want to actually look into, more so than the fact that he received an accolade, but what it may have been for.
All right. Well, Robert, as far as the good stuff that Farrakhan has done, you remember when he had the Million Man March?
Yes.
I supported the march, but I did not support the messenger.
Yes.
Because what he was saying, as you know, was that men should own up to their responsibilities to their wives, to their girlfriends, to their families. I was disappointed that somebody like Minister Farrakhan was the one that put this whole thing together. So I supported the message, but I did not support the messenger.
Yes.
Well, Robert, thank you very much for the call. This is going to continue to be a big issue. Trust me. 1-800-222-K to see more of your calls, and we're going to be talking about other aspects of last night's debate, including NAFTA and health care. Larry Yoder, don't go away.
Well, I'm not a mechanic. I'm a chef. I'm a connoisseur of French cuisine. Not fuel pumps. But I know that my certified pre-owned Acura NDX is as good as new. Just like I know that the interior smells as fresh as my homemade baguette.
Acura certified pre-owned vehicles receive a thorough 150-point inspection and a complete reconditioning. In other words, they must pass our test before they pass yours. Visit Acura.com or dealer for details.
So, when do you think we can start drywalling?
Well, once we lay down these nagging paycheck calculations, we can put up those payroll deductions and start pouring the tax plans.
Is running your business getting in the way of running your business? That's why so many businesses nationwide rely on QuickBooks Payroll. It easily handles creating